Tempest, how you doing? Who's ready to have a party? Anybody know this one?
It's a sad day because when you are 23 and you play your own music, all you want to do is get signed to Rough Trade and Creation Records and be the next Oasis, Stone Roses, or whatever, whoever you want to be. And the day dawns on you, think, I'm not going to be in a tribute band until I'm a fat, failed, middle-aged musician. And then that day comes, and it's hard to accept. But then, I've never enjoyed playing live music as much as I have with this lot.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Steve wanted to do a tribute band, and the rest of us, I must admit, were a bit sceptical about it.
A bit.
Well, we were massively sceptical about it, and I essentially said words to the effect of, over my dead body.
Because Spencer's always been very cool, you see.
No, very pretentious and
so cool.
very pretentious and vain. So he wanted to do it, and we all dismissed it. And then basically Steve thought, I know what I'll do, is I'll just do it without telling them. So he literally made the website and said, oh, well, look at this, guys. And I genuinely thought there's no way I'd ever do that. The first time I did it, I was just like, this is brilliant. They're singing along, obviously it's not my song, but they're singing along, they're asking for more, and they pay you. Instantly, the type of crowds that you get if you do a decent tribute compared to doing a pub band. We've been doing the pub band for 5 years, but you still only get sometimes like one man and his dog. But when you do the tribute festival, you've got a sea of people, and you squint and you're like, this is real, this is proper.
It's the difference in it between people on a night out on a pub covers band. They're out anyway. Some love you, some not bother you there, some are deafened by it and leave. If you turn up to a tribute band, if you're a fan of that band, you're pretty much going to enjoy yourself. You get a crowd that have turned up who like what you're going to do. Who wouldn't want that in a band?
There's still an element of cool about them, and so when we turn up for like a tribute gig or whatever, and there's lots of other bands on, I think if I was saying, oh, yeah, we were one of the bands, oh, who are you? Shawaddy Waddy, I would feel a prize bell end. But the fact that we're like, we're the Stone Roses, right? Yeah. I feel, even though we're pretending, I feel quite good about that.
I think there are certain things that a fan would expect to see on stage. As long as you've ticked those few boxes. If you're Kiss and you turn up without face paint, you're going to get booed off. If you're 4 middle-aged blokes from Manchester with brown hair, you can get away with whatever you want to do.
Beanie and Brown, I just have to have my sort of mouth open a lot, just going. And there obviously are some absolute uber fans, geeks, who will be going, oh my God, John Square was using gauge 9 strings. He doesn't use 9s. When you're being a tribute band, you have got to sort of study, how do they come on, what's the walk, what's their entrance tune, how do they look, certain bits of patter that Ian Brown said at the start of gigs from, 25, 30 years ago that people want to hear. And even though they know that, that's one slightly physically underdeveloped bloke pretending to be Ian Brown, they still buzz off the fact, you know, he said it, he said it.
For 20 years, the Rosies didn't do anything. So to watch the Stone Roses live, all you could do is go and watch a tribute band. And I think that's got a very valid place. Now they've reformed, it's even more, because thousands and thousands more people have seen them live and want a bit more of that.
It is a real buzz to be able to offer to like-minded people a taste of their youth, a taste of something that they, well, the crowd, including you collectively, hold so dear, and that you're kind of like the helms person of the ship, steering it through this crowd of people that are just there to lap it up, and that is a real buzz.
I think my big thing about it as well is that I really, 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 really love it. I don't think I'm Rennie. I'm never going to be as good as Rennie in a million billion years. He's a genius. But like getting into that music, it takes me back to when I was like 15 or something. You know, I lose myself playing the music, and I think that comes across. If anyone actually notices drummer, that is, you know.
I get to be the biggest Stone Roses fan I could ever be, because I'm watching people love the music and I'm loving it too. I just happen to be playing it. They don't think I'm in the band, but they're loving hearing the music. I'm loving playing it, and we're all in it together. I'm not different than the people watching it, apart from I'm looking back at them feeling like a tiny, tiny, tiny little sliver of a kind of rock star for 5 seconds. Great way of showing how much of a fan you are, how much you love the stuff. I wouldn't rather do anything else than do a gig.